الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وبه نستعين وما توفيقي إلا بالله عليه توكلت إليه أنيب أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, all thanks and glorifications are due to Allah. We thank Him for His blessings, for His mercy. We thank Him for so many things that are uncountable that He has done to us, and we pray Allah Ta'ala preserve goodness with us. Today we shall continue with our lessons from the glorious Quran in this Masjid of Federal University of Technology, Mina. We are in Surah Al-A'raf, that is chapter 7 of the glorious Quran. Today being the 18th of Ramadan, 1446 years after the Hijrah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which is equivalent to 18th of March 2025. We shall continue from verse 65 of this surah, that is chapter 7, Surah Al-A'raf, verse 65. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإلى عاد أخاهم هودا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره أفلا تتقون.
Allah Ta'ala says, وَإِلَىٰ عَادٍ أَخَاهُمْ هُودًا قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ أَفَلَا تَتَّقُونَ. In this surah, Surah Al-A'raf, Allah Ta'ala mentioned the names of some messengers, prophets that Allah Ta'ala sent. About 7 key important names of messengers were mentioned for our attention to reflect over. The first one was Adam alayhi salam, right? We heard about Adam, what did happen regarding temptations of the devil. And then after Adam, after Allah narrated to us all what we're supposed to hold as guidance, we then mentioned Nabiuna Nuh alayhi salam. So as the first messenger that came to invite humanity after Adam to the path of Allah. After Nuh alayhi salam, Allah mentioned other prophets like Prophet Hud that came from the people of Ad. And then after Ad, the people of Ad, Allah Ta'ala told us again about another community, another society, another people. Those are the people of Thamud, that Saleh alayhi salam was sent to them. After Prophet Saleh, Allah told us again about Prophet Lut that was sent to another community, and then Allah told us also how they responded to him. After Nabiuna Lut, Allah also sent Nabiuna Shu'aib to the people of Madian. How they responded, Allah also narrated to us. After Nabiuna Shu'aib, then Allah told us about Nabiuna Musa alayhi salam, regarding how the children of Israel responded to the message. So here we have Adam alayhi salam, we have Noah alayhi salam, we have Hud, we have Saleh, we have Lut, we have Shu'aib, and then we have Musa alayhi salam. All this came with messages at interval of time to show that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not leave the dunya without message. And the messengers came at different time, but the responses of people that were arrogant or those that reject the faith usually tends to be similar or the same. So Allah Ta'ala said, وَإِلَىٰ عَادٍ أَخَاهُمْ هُودًا. And to the people of Ad, أي وكما أرسل الله تعالى نوحا إلى قومه كذلك أرسل هودا إلى قومه عاد. In the same way that Allah Ta'ala said Noah alayhi salam to his people, similarly Allah sent Nabiuna Hud to the people of Ad. وهو منهم يعرفهم ويعرف لغتهم وتفكيرهم ليستطيع مخاطبتهم. Meaning he was from among them. He knew their language, he spoke their language, he grew up in their midst. So he's just like them. And you see, Allah Ta'ala used to send prophets and messengers as human beings within the community. What the human beings are doing, the prophets are also doing. So Allah said He sent out to add, He sent them Hud. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُهُ. The same thing that Noah said. You have no God to worship other than Allah. You are not to worship me as the messenger, but to worship Allah who sent me. The same thing also Nabiuna Hud told his people. Ibudullah, come and worship Allah. Come and serve and worship the Creator, one alone, Allah. Ma lakum min ilahin ghayru. You have no deity other than Him alone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He now continued and said, Afala tattaqoon. Can't you put the fear of Allah in your life? Meaning to be conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah ta'ala said what? قال الملأ
قال الملأ الذين كفروا من قومه إنا لنراك في سفاهة وإنا لنظنك من الكاذبين.
قال الملأ الذين كفروا من قومه إنا لنراك في سفاهة وإنا لنظنك من الكاذبين. You see, the same way that Nabi Nuh alayhi salam was rejected by his people, they now try to ascribe misguidance to him. He was misguided, he was not speaking the truth. But he rather explained that no, he has come with a guidance for their benefit, to advise them regarding what will be of good to them in this dunya and also in akhirah. So the same way, the elites among his people now said, who are those elites? الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, the elites that disbelieve. مِنْ قَوْمِهِ, from among his people, they say, إِنَّا لَنَرَاكَ فِي سَفَاهَةٍ. We are only seeing you acting foolishly. This is foolishness, according to them. Fi safaha. Or you can say, Fi safaha, we saw you someone acting with a less IQ. Your intelligent quotient is very low. You don't understand things. What are you saying? In the same way that people that have taken to arrogance, if they see you trying to guide you, say, who are you? From where do you come? Is it not here? And this and that. They will try to diminish your own status. So they were now saying, who are you? We see that you are acting foolishly, fi safaha. Or you have low IQ. You are not understanding things very well. وَإِنَّا لَنَظُنُّكَ مِنَ الْكَاذِبِينَ. The highest we are thinking about you is that you are a liar. You are among liars. So you see, they have ascribed two negative qualities to him. They are not his qualities. One, to say that he is acting foolishly, as a fool, someone who doesn't know what he is doing. And then another thing, to now put him and categorize him among the liars. He's telling lie. What do you expect from him now? To retaliate and to reply them. وَإِنَّا لَنَظُنُّكَ مِنَ الْكَاذِبِينَ. Allah Ta'ala said what?
قال يا قوم ليس بي سفاهة ولكني رسول من رب العالمين.
So you see how the righteous people used to respond. If they are either abused or some negative words were said against them, or they were being castigated, or what, they do not reply with the same word. They do not also take to abuse. This is to tell us the kind of attitude or the kind of attribute that should be seen with people of da'wah. If you are inviting people to good and they abuse you, you are not to also abuse them and retaliate. If you do that, then you have now missed the path of guidance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed the righteous servant. Remember when Nuh alayhi salam, his people said, you are misguided. إِنَّا لَذَرَاكَ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. You are misguided, clear misguidance. He said, no, لَيْسَ بِي ضَلَالَةٌ. It is not, I'm not misguided. He didn't retaliate by abusing them. He said, I'm not misguided. وَلَكِنِّي رَسُولٌ مِّن رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. But the reality is that I'm a messenger sent by Allah Ta'ala, the Lord of the entire existence. The same thing now, when they now say to Nabiuna Hud alayhi salam, that he is now foolish, ya'adhu billah, or that he's a liar, قال, he said, ليس بي سفاهة يا قوم ذاته قال يا قوم ليس بي سفاهة ولكني رسول من رب العالمين. He said, oh my people, I'm not fool. There is no foolishness in me. And it's not that I have low IQ, I can't understand things. It's not like that. ولكني رسول من رب العالمين. But the reality is that I am a messenger sent by Allah, the Lord of the entire existence. So he explained himself. Rather than abusing them or calling them names as they call him those bad names. Say, وَلَكِنِّي رَسُولٌ مِّن رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. But I am a messenger from Allah, the Lord of the entire existence. What have I come to do? أُبَلِّغْكُمْ
أبلغكم رسالات ربي وأنا لكم ناصح أمين.
أُبَلِّغْكُمْ رِسَالَاتِ رَبِّي وَأَنَا لَكُمْ نَاصِحٌ أَمِينٌ. I just came to you to deliver the message of my Lord. I'm a messenger. I am not the initiator of the message itself. I'm just sent. I'm not the one that is directing you. Rather, I've been directed to deliver the message to you. So, أُبَلِّغْكُمْ رِسَالَاتِ رَبِّي, I am here to deliver the message of my Lord. وَأَنَا لَكُمْ نَاصِحٌ أَمِينٌ. And to you, I am a sincere advisor, a honest advisor to you. What I'm advising you is, I'm sincere in it. Nasihun Amin. I'm also reliable. The message I am holding is a reliable and truthful message to deliver to you. So what do we also learn here? The same thing that Nabiuna Nuh alayhi salam replied, similar thing he was also replying. I'm a reliable messenger delivering the message of my Lord. And that's all. So there is no issue of me being foolish or that I'm a liar. I am not. Scholars mention there are certain attributes that all the messengers have. As-sidqu, al-amana, at-tabligh, wal-fitana. That all messengers, they have these attributes. As-sidqu, they are honest. They are honest. If you want to take a message to some people and you want to guide them, try to be honest in yourself. Al-amana, they are reliable. They are trusted people. They are reliable. Then al-fitana, they are intelligent. Intelligence, that was what will make them to understand the message and to know how to apply the message. They know whom they are talking to, and they know the message they are delivering, and they know the circumstance or the situation. If you are to partake in da'wah, to invite people, you need to know the message that you are inviting people to. You also need to know the people, and you also need to know the circumstance and the situation. It is then you can be able to deliver the message as supposed. But if you don't know the kind of people you are relating with, you are delivering message to people that you don't even know them, you don't know their tradition, their attitude, their behaviors, their language, their whatever, you may not be able to deliver the message as supposed. Or you don't know the terrain, you don't know the situation, you don't know the environment. So the messengers used to be people that are honest, they are reliable, and they are intelligent. Then the next is at-tabligh. They do not hide the message. They ensure they deliver the message. They deliver the message to everybody. So that is why you see the reply of Nabiuna Nuh similar to the reply of Nabiuna Hud. Uballikum risalati Rabbi, I came to deliver the message of my Lord. Wa ana lakum nasihun amin. And I am a honest, sincere, reliable advisor to you. I'm advising you for what will be of benefit to you. Our Egyptian.
أوعجبتم أن جاءكم ذكر من ربكم على رجل منكم لينذركم واذكروا إذ جعلكم خلفاء من بعد نوح وزادكم في الخلق بسطة فاذكروا آلاء الله لعلكم تفلحون.
Then he now continued to explain to them, why are you rejecting this message? Why are you rejecting what will be of benefit to you? Why are you rejecting the truth that I'm delivering to you and you know it's not lie? Our Egyptium, are you surprised? Is it that you are surprised? And ja'akum dhikru min rabbikum ala rajulin minkum? Are you surprised that a reminder from your Lord came to you through a man like you, a human being like you? Is it surprising? that he shouldn't pick someone like me probably to send to you, just like what Nabi Unanu also was saying. Are you looking down upon me because I'm a human being like you? You think that the message of God should come through the angels and they should appear to you? You remember the messengers. Allah Ta'ala selected messengers from among the people. Why? So that all the message that they are delivering, the people should see in them that they are acting upon the message. They are acting upon the message. It is not befitting for a messenger to go contrary to the message he is delivering. You can't preach to people what you yourself, you are not applying. So the messengers are human beings. They eat as you eat, they sleep as you sleep, they get tired as you get tired. They get worried as you get worried. They are happy as you are happy. They all the attributes of human being. They have and you have. They are rather but better than you in all ramification. Why? Because they receive message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they have special status. But regarding the message, Allah created them in a way, a manner you will see them implementing the message. And that is why Allah sent Quran to the Muslims with the message that Muslims will implement. And then he now sent Nabiuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a human being implementing the message. Then as he said to the people, ittabi'u ma unzila ilaykum min rabbikum. Follow what has been revealed to you from your Lord. Follow the Quran. Then in the same way he now said, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو اللَّهَ وَالْيَوْمَ الْآخِرَ وَذَكَرَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا. The Quran, read it, understand it, implement it. Then look at Rasul, the Prophet. You have a very good and excellent role model in Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that is why you cannot implement the Quran without looking at Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasul implemented the Quran practically, so you now see how to apply the verses of the Quran through Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that is why you cannot say that you are going to be a Muslim and you hold on Quran only. No, you need the explanation of the Quran through what? The exemplary conduct, the statements and explanations of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah said, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. You have where to copy a role model that you will take to implement the Quran in Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then Allah Ta'ala said, if you want to follow Allah, who do you follow? Follow Rasul. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحِبِّبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. If truly you love Allah, it's true you love Allah, then follow me, meaning follow Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the messengers now were sent to serve as a role model. And that is why we come to Nabiuna Shu'aib, where Shu'aib is saying, I cannot instruct you to do what I will go contrary to. What I will not implement, I will not ask you to do that. It is only what I ask you to do that you will see me also implementing. So are you surprised? Our ajibtum and ja'akum dhikrum min rabbikum ala rajulin minkum, that is coming from a human being like you, liyunzirakum, to warn you. Remember, the messengers came for what? To deliver good news and also to warn people that have committed or are committing evil. Bashiran wa nadhira wa da'iyan ila Allah bi'idnihi wa sirajan munira. Allah sent Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be Bashiran, someone who give good news. Good news, wa nadhira, and also warning people. Wa da'iyan ila Allah, and a caller to the path of Allah. Wa da'iyan ila Allah bi'idnihi, by the permission of Allah. Wasirajan munira, and a clear bright light that shows the way to follow. These are the messengers. Are you surprised that Allah have sent a human being to come and now invite you to come and follow the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَذْكُرُوا إِذْ جَعَلَكُمْ خُلَفَاءَ مِنْ بَعْدِ قَوْمِ نُوحٍ. وَذْكُرُوا, why can't you remember? Remember, you are not the first creators. You are not the first human beings. You are not the first people to occupy the surface of the earth. وَذْكُرُوا, remember, إِذْ جَعَلَكُمْ خُلَفَاءَ مِنْ بَعْدِ قَوْمِ نُوحٍ. When Allah Ta'ala make you to inherit, meaning to come and then replace a community of people that have stayed here who were the people of Hud, the people of Noah. You were aware that there were civilizations. You were aware that there were people and community before you. Where are the community? They are no more here. And Allah now make you to come and replace them. And that is why one of the lessons that human beings should take about life is that you replace some people and you also be replaced. There was a time you were not in this dunya, and there will be a time that you will also not be there. So why then should you be carried away by what you are seeing now? Remember, there were people that were here before you, and those were the people of Noah. وَزَادَكُمْ فِي الْخَلْقِ بَسْطًا. But when you came and replaced them, Allah added in you a strength, a power, or authority. Al-Basta, a scholar says, قُوَّةٌ وَإِذَمَ أَجْسَامٍ. You were very heavy, very strong, much more than those that have passed before you. So meaning, you have improved even above those that were earlier before. If it is technology, if it is civilization, if it is strength, if it is power, you have above what others have. And that is why one of the statements of the arrogant people is now, they will be saying, Man ashaddu minna quwwa. Who is stronger than us? Who is more powerful than us? And scholar says, anytime you see a people or individual or community or society beginning to now say that, yes, who can confront us? We are the only power. That's the beginning of the downfall of that power. That's the beginning of downfall. Because arrogance have now come, and now thinking that you have all the control. Allah Ta'ala told us, even the day of Al-Qiyamah, before the whole world will come to an end, it will first reach a position that human being will think we have control over everything. We have control over everything. حتى إذا أخذت الأرض زخرفها وزينت وظن أهلها أنهم قادرون عليها. Allah said, أتاها أمرنا ليلا أو نهارا. It will reach a time that the people will think that we have total control. They have total control over the world. They can do anything. وزينت وظن أهلها أنهم قادرون عليها. When the whole world, human being will think now they can manipulate anything, everything. Nothing now is not beyond their manipulation. As we see technology leading us, right? Technology leading us, tell us that there is no impossibility again. There is no impossibility again. Everything is possible. So Allah said, until when we reach that time, that man will begin to say there is no impossibility. Then ataha amruna laylan aw nahara. It is at that point that our directives, amruna, will now come to that community, laylan aw nahara. In a place, it will be night, and another place, it will be a daytime. Meaning at the same time in the world, even if others are in the night and others are in the daytime. Amruna will now come, our directive, and then the world will come to an end. So before the world will come to an end, technology will reach the highest peak. Technology will reach the highest peak. Human being will have to say that he have total control. Then if you have total control, what next? Destruction will follow. And then the end of time. And that is why to a believer, to a Muslim, there is no surprise you see all these innovations coming up. Wonderful innovations coming up. Allah have given opportunities for man to manipulate so many things. One of our elders just sent something to me today. Chinese, China, not only China, now technology, creating what can identify face from as far as how many miles away. They are saying there is no hiding place now. No hiding place. Anywhere you are, your face can be captured anywhere. So talking about, and that's why sometimes when you talk about this insecurity and you talk about the technology that people are calling and you talk about, you begin to wonder what is happening. Is it true that this technology is actually there, and can we have this technology? Why then can't we use this technology to solve the problem we are saying is a problem? While you see in another community or climate, they were able to use the technology to be able to tackle the problem. So what we are saying here is that technology will reach a peak before the world will come to an end. It's just like issue of information. When we are talking about Al-Quran telling us how there is conversation between people of hell and people of Jannah, conversating, discussing, and then in years, hundreds of years before, we begin to be wondering, how can people of Jannah be discussing with the people of hell, and the people of Jannah are not feeling the heat? When the heat of the fire, you will hear it, you will feel the heat for thousands of kilometers, miles away, as Allah mentioned. But they are discussing and they are not feeling the heat. Allah mentioned in the Quran, if the people of 300, 400 years, there will be doubting, you that is living in technology age now, will you be doubting? Because you can sit here and discuss with someone that is in America, you are not feeling the heat that is feeling there. Quran is telling us these things. So the same thing when Quran told us that everything is being recorded. Nothing is hidden. Everything is being recorded. That on the day of the Qiyamah, you will see the record. It will be shown to you. Now we see with technology, we record everything, isn't it? And people are even saying, time will come. Not only these gadgets, everything records. Even the world here is recording our words. It is only if technology have reached the time of extracting those information that you come to see it. Everything keep records. If technology reaches the level of extracting the information, then you will see the information, what happened in this masjid for the past this thing. So even if technology have not reached there, it will reach there. And it's not surprising. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is now telling us, this particular people, are you now forgetting that there were people before you? The people of Noah, they were here before you. But now Allah have added strength, energy, power to you. وَزَادَكُمْ فِي الْخَلْقِ بَسْطًا. In your creation, in the way, it was said that there were hefty people, very strong people. Allah Ta'ala said, فَاذْكُرُوا آلَاءَ اللَّهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. أي فَاذْكُرُوا آلَاءَ اللَّهِ. Why can't you reflect and remember the bounties of Allah? Allah, yani ni'amahu, the blessings of Allah, you know they are uncountable. You did not by your own created these blessings. Allah created it for you and you are enjoying it and you see all the benefits. Now that you have technology, why can't you appreciate Allah Ta'ala for giving you the opportunity to have all your habits so that you can serve Him?
قالوا أجئتنا لنعبد الله وحده ونذر ما كان يعبد آباؤنا فأتنا بما تعدنا إن كنت من الصادقين.
Allah Ta'ala says, قالوا أجئتنا لنعبد الله. Is that so? No. أجئتنا لنعبد الله وحده ونذر ما كان يعبد آباؤنا فأتنا بما تعدنا إن كنت من الصادقين. So they arrogantly confronted Nabiuna Hud alayhi salam. They now said, Ajitana, are you now coming to us? لنعبد الله وحده, that we should serve only one God? Is that what you are saying? That we should serve only one God and abandon all the deities? Only one God. وَنَذَرَ مَا كَانَ يَعْبُدُ آبَاؤُنَا, and abandon what we inherited from our parents, our culture, our tradition. Do you want us to forget about our tradition and culture? Remember what Allah Ta'ala told us earlier before now, that if they commit evil, إِذَا فَعَلُوا فَاحِشَةً قَالُوا, what do they say? وَجَدْنَا عَلَيْهَا آبَاءَنَا وَاللَّهُ أَمَرَنَا بِهَا. If they commit evil, Allah told us before now, if they commit wrong thing or shameful deed or something that is bad, you say, why are you doing this thing? They said, this is what we met our forefathers doing. It's our culture, it's our tradition. Don't take us away from tradition. So tradition and culture can be destructive. Because if it is bad, no one says you should follow it. No one says you should attach yourself to your culture or your tradition. What you should attach yourself to is things that are good, things that are noble, things that are a sort of beneficial, not things that are harmful. So Allah Ta'ala said now, the same kind of reply coming to them, are you now coming to us to say we should leave our tradition and then leave what we met our parents doing? فَأَتِنَا بِمَا تَعِدُنَا إِن كُنْتَ مِنَ الصَّادِقِينَ. Whatever you are now threatening us with, bring it now, let it happen. We are ready for it. So that they are now confrontational, isn't it? فَأَتِنَا بِمَا تَعِدُنَا إِن كُنْتَ مِنَ الصَّادِقِينَ. If what you are saying is the truth, then we are ready for it. Let whatever happen. May Allah protect us. You know, sometimes human being can be so arrogant. He will forget about the fact that he is a very small creator. He will think that he is big. In Hausa language, they will say, if there is someone is trying to be arrogant, he will say, Ko sama da kasa zata hade. He will say that even if the heavens and the earth will be together, I cannot leave it. That's arrogant. And if an ordinary ant bites him, you say, shush. Ordinary ant. If it bites him, he will start to show that he is nobody. But he will be claiming as if he owns everything. And nobody can do anything to him. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, they are now replying their prophet, فَأْتِنَا بِمَا تَعِدُنَا إِن كُنتَ مِنَ الصَّادِقِينَ.
قال قد وقع عليكم من ربكم رجس وغضب أتجادلونني في أسماء سميتموها أنتم وآباؤكم ما نزل الله بها من سلطان فانتظروا إني معكم من المنتظرين.
قال قد وقع عليكم من ربكم رجس وغضب أتجادلونني في أسماء سميتموها أنتم وآباؤكم ما نزل الله بها من سلطان فانتظروا إني معكم من المنتظرين. Now you see, just as we say, you see the kind of reply that the messengers are giving. They will be abused, but they will not reply with abuse. Negative and bad words will be associated with them, but they will not reply in the same way. They talk in a nice and convincing manner. Because if you hold the truth, you have evidences and the proof, all you will be after is trying to convey the proof and the evidences, not fighting, not abusing. Some scholars says, if you see people abusing and fighting, then probably they are short of proofs and evidence. So they will now turn angry and start fighting. But if you have proof and evidence, you will like calm discussion so that you can present your own presentation. And again, we also learn the importance of controlling our utterances, our speeches, even against people that say something evil or bad against you. That is one of the training that fasting is training us on. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if you are fasting, you should never use your tongue negatively to abuse another person. Even if someone should abuse you, you should say, Inni sa'imun, inni sa'imun. If someone should abuse you or say some bad things against you, if you are fasting, control yourself and say, I am fasting. Meaning, because I am fasting, I cannot retaliate with abusive words. Because I am fasting, I cannot misuse my tongue. And scholars say this is what will make your fasting to be complete. If you are fasting, but you cannot still control your own speech, you cannot still control your utterances, then it means you have not benefited from the fasting. What will Allah do with you avoiding eating and drinking if you cannot avoid misusing your tongue? And that is why sometimes you see it is disheartening that within Ramadan you see people abusing one another. Within Ramadan you see people after a sort of telling evil things about one another. You see Ramadan should turn to a month of beautiful words. Beautiful words. If you believe in Allah Ta'ala said, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you should stay good or you should keep quiet. Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyaqul khayran aw liyasmut. If truly you believe in Allah and the last day, anytime you want to say something, say what is good. And if you now evaluate and assess the situation, you see that good will not come out of it, falyasmut, you should keep quiet. That's better for you than saying something that will be offensive to another person. Saying something that will now be a sort of abusive to another person. فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَصْمُتْ. And also as someone that is holding on to the message of the truth, if you are delivering the truth, another person is abusing you, now what you should do, emulate from what these particular messengers were doing. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, one day was sitting with Aisha at home. So one of the Jews came in, and then he said, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu means like death or disease should be unto you, instead of Assalamu alaikum. So now Rasulullah said, Alaik. Aisha said, she replied, Assalamu alaikum wa la'ana. Say, may that be on you and also Allah curse you from what you said. Aisha said, Rasul said to Aisha, take it calmly. She said, didn't you hear what he has said, the Prophet? He said, I heard it, but I said also unto you, that's all. What you prayed for me also unto you, that's all. So, and then he now talked to Aisha about using your tongue, controlling your tongue. If someone should go ahead to abuse you, to castigate you, to use negative Why can't you show that you are above him? Ibadur Rahman, الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. إذا خاطبهم الجاهلون. The Ibadur Rahman, the servants of Allah the most merciful, those that are close to Allah the most merciful, they are the ones يمشون على الأرض هونا. They move on the surface of the earth with humility, not with arrogance. Not with arrogance, they move with humility. وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون. And if the jahilun, those people that don't know what they are doing, if they now met them and said something bad to them, negative and evil, qalu salama, they say, no, we are peaceful people, we are not after all these things. Why can't then us be Ibadur Rahman? Even among ourselves. It's unfortunate that not even between us and others, even among ourselves, some cannot utter good words, encouraging words to your own fellow colleagues. Your own colleague may be doing wrong, but through your beautiful speech, you might be able to influence him positively and might come back to do better. And that's why we always said, why can't we learn lessons from how Rasulullah managed the village Arabs? The village Arabs, they were now associating themselves with Islam, but sometimes they act foolishly to Rasulullah. One of these days came to Rasul, said, "Ya Muhammad." He raised his voice so high to the Prophet. The Prophet said, "Ha adada, here I am," responding the way he should also. Someone said to him, "Why have Abdu Sautak?" Look at you are raising your voice. Lower your voice. Allah Ta'ala said in the glorious Quran, "La tarfa'u aswatakum fawqa sawti an-nabi wa la tajharu lahu bil qawl." You should never raise your voice. He said, "I will not lower it." So you see, he was even instructed to follow Quran. He said, "I will not follow it." If you are the one, what will you do now? You start fighting him. Look at you. I say you should follow Quran. You say, "I will not follow it." Who are you? So he said, "I will not do that." He go ahead. Rasul answered him in the same way. Then he went ahead. He asked Rasul, "Say, Al-mar'u yuhibbu al-qawm wa lamma yalhaq bihim." He said, the Prophet, my question is that somebody loves some people, but he has no opportunity to be with them. Maybe he's a villager, he has no opportunity. And Rasul said, Al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba. You will always be together with the people you love, anywhere you are. So one of the companions said, through this particular question, from someone we take is nobody, we learn so much lessons of life. So you can be together with the person you so much love, even if you are unable to do the best that is equivalent to what that particular person is doing. So we love Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and inshallah we'll be together with him. So you learn lessons. So even from someone you take as nobody, you can say something that through that you benefit. So do not look down upon others. Just as I'm saying, even among ourselves, the way sometimes we communicate between a scholar and another scholar, between a scholar and a student, between a student and a student, between a group and a group, sects, groups, sometimes the kind of words that comes out of our tongue, it should be encouraging words. If you see your other brother doing what is wrong, Rasulullah said, Bashiru, Bashiru, you should give people good news. Yassiru wa la tu'assiru, Bashiru wa la tunafiru. Rasul said, Yassiru, make things easy for people. Wa la tu'assiru, do not make things difficult for people. Bashiru wa la tunafiru, invite people, encourage them, do not scare them away. This is the message of Islam. So Allah Ta'ala is telling us about how these messengers, upon messengers, we are replying those people that we are rejecting the guidance they came with. قالوا أجئتنا لنعبد الله وحده ونذر ما كان يعبد آباؤنا فأتنا بما تعدنا إن كنت من الصادقين. What you promise us of punishment that will come, we are ready, let it come. قال, so the messenger now said, قد وقع عليكم من ربكم رجس وغضب. Indeed, rijisun. Scholar says this rijisun is related to the darknesses of the heart. Your heart has become so darkened. وَغَضَبٌ, and the anger of Allah Ta'ala have befallen on you because of this kind of reply. أي قد وقع عليكم من ربكم رجس وغضب. رجس, a scholar says, يعني عذاب أو رين على القلوب. So rijisun can be رين على القلوب أو عذاب, meaning that your mind have become so darkened. It's dark, and that is why you are not even scared about Allah Ta'ala saying He's going to punish you. As one scholar reported, Qaswatul qalb min kathrati dhunub. وكثرة الذنوب من نسيان الموت ونسيان الموت من طول الأمل وطول الأمل من حب الدنيا وحب الدنيا رأس كل خطيئة. He said قسوة القلب جمود العين من قسوة القلب. You see someone جمود العين, someone that will be so bold, he can commit anything, he don't bother anybody. What is making people to be so confrontational like that? جمود العين. He said this one used to happen min qaswat al-qalb. If the heart had become rusted, if there is disease in the heart, you see the person will become bold to do any evil thing without caring. You can go and see those people that are these bandits, for example, or kidnappers. Boldly they kill and they don't feel anything. It's because the heart is diseased already. Qaswat al-qalb. And what makes the heart to be diseased? Qaswat al-qalb min kasrat az-zunub. So many sin, small sin that is going into the heart will make it to be dark. I mean, the heart is described like this white spot. You see this white paper? The heart is just a kind of example so that we understand. Like this white paper, take it as white glass. White glass, very attractive. Now, what happens if you take a dark spot and throw it here? It will cover that white, isn't it? You take another dark spot, you throw it here. Dark spot, dark spots coming in. If you repent, repentance is like wiping away, like on the glass of mirror. If you throw a dark spot, you repent, it's like cleaning it. If you wipe it away on the mirror, it will be as if it is not there, isn't it? That is seeking for Allah's forgiveness. So that spot is like sin. If you commit sin, you sincerely repent, Allah wipe it away as if it has never happened. But if you continue to commit the sin you are without repenting, the dark spot will be coming. The dark spot will be coming. At a point, it will cover every place. So the light will not even have a place to go. So that's what Allah said, Kalla bal rana ala qulubihim ma kanu yaksibun. So if the heart become darkened, no light coming, then that heart now can do anything. And that is why seeking for Allah's forgiveness, constantly coming back to Allah, is wiping that dark spot, and then it will remain still bright. So Allah Ta'ala is now saying, Qala. So the messenger is saying, Qad waqa alaykum min rabbikum rijisun. That rijis, that kind of dark spot has already come into your heart. Wagadabun, and the anger of Allah. If the anger of Allah has befallen a community, who can save the community? Nobody can save the community. Two things. If the anger of Allah has come to a community, the community is finished. If the hearts and the conscience of that community is corrupted, then that community is destroyed. May Allah protect us. And that's why in our prayers you always say, Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim sirat al-ladhina an'amta alayhim ghayr al-maghdubi alayhim. Not the part of those that are angry, the anger of Allah. Because if Allah is angry with a people, that people have gone as they can be enjoying the good things in this dunya because it's nothing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Atujadilunani fi asma'in sammaytumuha antum wa aba'ukum ma nazzala Allahu biha min sultan. Atujadil, are you going to be arguing with me? I come to you with a message from Allah. Are you going to be arguing with me fi asma'in sammaytumuha regarding names and identities that you just gave? You just attribute deity, sheep, and then you say this idol is also a deity. You see a human being, you now attribute of deityship to him. Like a prophet, you say he is like a god or a son of God. You just gave this name. Ma anzalallah amtum wa aba'ukum, you and your parents, you just inherited it without justification. Ma nazzalallahu biha min sultan. Allah have never sent any evidence to tell you that these names that you are attributing as object of worship are actually object of worship. It's just name, you attribute name to it. It's just like naming streets. You call a street Murtala Muhammad Way. Is that Murtala Muhammad there? Murtala Muhammad Way. Is it leading you to where Murtala Muhammad is? It's just you are writing his name maybe to remember him. That's all. So then why should you now attribute names of God to certain deities and then say they are God? They are object of worship. Ma nazzalallahu biha min sultan. Fantaziru inni ma'akum min al-muntazirin. Fantaziru. You said whatever should happen, should happen. That's what they say. Come with all what you are threatening us. We are prepared. So he now say, Fantaziru, okay, go and wait. Inna ma'akum min al-muntazirin. We also are together with you in waiting. Meaning the messengers are now not saying that the punishment is in their hand. They are not the ones that have the authority to punish the people. They do not have the power to destroy the world. They do not have power to destroy the evildoers. But since the evildoers have now said that they are prepared for whatever will come from Allah, then wait, and we are waiting together with you. And that is why if you see a community committing evil and atrocities, you are warning that particular community, and community is saying nothing will happen. There is nothing. Then the best thing you should do is go back to Allah, because something might happen. May Allah protect us. فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ now.
فأنجيناه والذين معه برحمة منا وقطعنا دابر الذين كذبوا بآياتنا وما كانوا مؤمنين.
Allah Ta'ala said, فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ بِرَحْمَةٍ مِنَّا وَقَطَعْنَا دَابِرَ الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا وَمَا كَانُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ. أي فلما جاء أمر الله سبحانه وتعالى ساق الله إلى عاد السحاب الذي يحمل إليهم العذاب، وأنجى رسوله هودا والذين آمنوا معه برحمة منه سبحانه وتعالى ولطف، ودمر الكافرين جميعا من أولهم إلى آخرهم، لم يبق منهم أحد لأنهم لم يكونوا مؤمنين بربهم الواحد الأحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. So Allah Ta'ala is now telling us, after they now said they are prepared, whatever will come from Allah, let it come. They are prepared if it is true. And then the prophets, their prophets said to them, well, we are also waiting as you are waiting. The whole thing is with the Creator and the owner himself. So Allah Ta'ala said, at last, فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ, Allah said, then we now saved him. We saved him, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ. We saved him together with those that were with him. Scholars mention that these people of Hud, they were destroyed with clouds that came, initially thinking that it is rain, normal rain that was coming. Remember when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that rain is a rahmah from Allah, isn't it? And we mentioned at the beginning when Allah Ta'ala said, He's now bringing two powerful forces together to give you something that will be of benefit to you. What are those two powerful forces? Water and wind. So He breaks it into particles. So the particles of water and the particles of wind come together as rain and you enjoy. This same thing you are seeing as particles can be powerful, that can be irresistible, like water, like wind, air, can be irresistible. Once you substituted it to the last that there is no any other thing, it can carry anything. Everything can stop on top of it. You are all scientists, isn't it? So now, but Allah Ta'ala make it so easy that you can now see, you drink water, it goes away, you see it, wind and all this. By the rahmah of who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not by your power. If Allah decides He can change it now to become a destructive something against you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now destroyed the people of what do you call them? Yes, He destroyed now the people of Hud. فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ, but Allah said we now saved him, وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ, and together with those that were together with him. We saved them. By what? بِرَحْمَةٍ مِنَّا, by grace and rahmah from us, from Allah. The rahmah of Allah. So it's not by their power as believers. It's not by their making. It's by the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know, it is by the rahmah of Allah that you enjoy all the blessings of Allah Ta'ala. So if Allah decides to change that blessing to become a sort of weapon to destroy you, then that rahmah will be seized and it becomes a kind of a punishment. May Allah protect us. So by the rahmah of Allah Ta'ala, Allah now saved the Prophet and also saved those particular people that were together with him. وَقَطَعْنَا دَابِرَ الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, and we now sweep away, we cut off, meaning we destroy, uprooted them. أَهْلَكَنَا آخِرِهِمْ مِنْ أَوَّلِهِمْ. قَطَعْنَا, we like harvest. Do you get the point? We just harvested them all, and Allah destroyed them. Allah Ta'ala said, دَابِرَ الَّذِينَ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, those people that deny our ayat, those people that now refuse to believe in our ayat. وَمَا كَانُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ, they were not believers. They never believed. So the consequences have now come against, for them to face. that they were earlier denying, and they were even saying that they were prepared for. May Allah protect us. So this is the end of the destruction of this community. Remember, if you follow the trend, Allah told us about Adam alayhi salam, right? He stayed before coming to this dunya, and then he stayed in this dunya, and then the message that we are supposed to follow. Then Allah told us about Nabiuna Nuh, the first messenger. How he delivered his da'wah with wisdom, how the people were abusing him, castigating him, but replying them with beautiful words. And then the people of Nuh finished. Then Allah now took us to another people again, the people of Ad, the people of Hud. And you see how they now responded to him and how they also finished. So the whole story have not finished. Allah will take us to the people of Thamud. He will take us to the people of Saleh. He will take us to the people of Shu'aib. He will take us to the people of Lut. And then he will take us to the people of Musa, all in order to tell us how the message of Allah Ta'ala, that the rahmah of Allah has been coming at interval of time, and people rejecting this, Allah still sending. To teach you as someone in da'wah, do not get tired of coming up with good things, inviting people with good things. And they can be rejecting and confronting you, but still, do not get frustrated or abandon the message. Continue the message. Those that will be destroyed by Allah, and those that will be saved by Allah. But the whole thing is not under your own power or control. That's what all the messengers are saying. It's not under our power or control. It is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by the time the decree of Allah ta'ala comes, those particular arrogant people that are rejecting faith will not be saved from the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when He sent the calamity coming to them. May Allah protect us. So this is the end of today. Inshallah al-Karim, regarding the lessons, and I pray Allah ta'ala assist us. Let's not forget all these lessons this year. We are taking them, these lessons, and relate it to our attitude. Our attitude, the way and manner we conduct ourselves. Especially, I have spoken about this issue of how do you relate among ourselves. If you are abused by somebody, do you retaliate with abuse also? Someone tells you that you are a liar, do you also start abusing and castigating him? Or how do you now reply those kind of people, especially if you have a very important message you want to deliver? You are not going to be like them. You see how the messengers were replying and retaliating when they are being accused or their name is being being tarnished. So why is it that even among ourselves, we abuse one another, we castigate one another, tell lies against one another? If someone offends you, maybe he did not belong to your group or your school, or it's not your student, then you reply him with harsh words. Maybe because your group, you are different sects. People have scattered themselves into sectarian divides and then abusing one another, and then not seeing the good in the other person, even if there is good in him. And then slight talk coming from the other person, you now retaliate with more harsh words. So all these kind of things we can learn from the way and manner these messengers who are confronting disbelievers, who are threatening them, who are abusing them, who are castigating them, rejecting the faith. How were they responding to this kind of people? Not talk of someone who is close to you. Maybe he has been misguided because of misinformation. Or he has been misguided because he couldn't sit down and analyze the situation very well. Or he has been misguided because of so many other factors. Even for you that follow the path of guidance, you think is guidance. Is it you that make it yourself? وَمَا كُنَّا لِنَهْتَدِيَ لَوْلَا أَنْ هَدَانَ اللَّهُ. If Allah had not guided you, who are you to be guided? I pray Allah assist us. May Allah keep us on the right path of guidance. The questions here, this one says, Assalamu alaikum, may Allah increase you in knowledge and wisdom. Amin. Madam, what is the ruling regarding someone that use close his eyes while praying? Okay, that is used to close his eyes while praying. Someone closing his eyes while praying. What is the position? In Islam, you are not allowed to close your eyes while praying, because closing your eyes is a bad omen, calling on yourself to turn blind. Not that you don't want to see evil things. If you don't want to see evil, then you have to exert effort not to see evil. And that is why if you are praying, you are supposed to put your eyes to be looking at where you are going to place your forehead. In standing, you do like this. You don't do like this. Yes, some said you do like this in prayers. No, you don't do like this. Where you do like this is if you are in the Kaaba. There is difference between someone that is in front of Kaaba and someone that is far in another sort of what do you call it, continent. Someone close to Kaaba, if you are praying, this is how you will do. You will be looking at the Kaaba. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, because you are looking at the Kaaba. But someone that is far away, scholar says he is to humble himself like this, Alhamdulillah, and then look at where he's going to put his forehead so that he will not see the evils and other things around him. So you are not to close your eyes. Even though there are some scholars that say if your community is corrupt and you realize that if you raise your eyes, you will see evil, then it's better you close your eyes. Yes, there are some scholars that mention that. And I think among them, I could remember Ghazali saying that, Imam Ghazali, that a situation can reach that you close your eyes if the haram is around you, so that you don't see it and then it distracts you. That's why they said the prayer of a blind man makes it more sound than the prayer of someone who is seeing, that is looking around. May Allah say. So, but ordinarily, you don't close your eyes while praying in Islam. This one said, Assalamu alaikum, Madam, may Allah reward you in abundance. I mean, my questions, for example, a person that do eat riba for a long time and he has acquired many property through that riba, then he later listened to a preaching that says eating riba is haram, and he stopped immediately. So what is Islamic rule on the properties he has acquired through that riba? Consuming usually riba is haram, is one of the major sins. So if you gather your wealth and resources through that, and then at the end you heard that it is prohibited, before you don't know, but now you heard and you want to leave, what do you do with the property you have all acquired through that riba? What you will do with that is now convert it to be doing good things. You are not to destroy it. When the ayah of riba finally came, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now declared, La tazlimuna wa la tuzlamun. You should never commit wrong against any other person, nor allow yourself to be a victim of wrong deeds. And Rasulullah said, the riba, when he now declared that today all the riba have been abolished, all the riba have been abolished, including he started with the riba that is related to his own blood relation. But he didn't say that all those wealth you have acquired, you should return it back. So if you have wealth of riba, may Allah protect us, now continue, now you have changed yourself to become better, invest those particular wealth through useful means, and then continue to ask for Allah's forgiveness. May Allah forgive all of us. Wealth that you are supposed to return back usually are the wealth that you have acquired that does not belong to you, it belongs to somebody. Like you cheated somebody, you stole somebody's property, you do this. So when you are now repenting, you are supposed to return back those particular properties to their owner. May Allah protect us. Assalamu alaikum. This one said, may Allah bless our congregation, Amin, and increase you in knowledge, Amin. He said, aside Sadaqallahu al-Azim, after reciting the Holy Quran, is there any additional prayer? So even the Sadaqallahu al-Azim, you say, you are confirming that the word of Allah is true. Do you get the point? Allah has indeed spoken the truth. It's not Rasulullah that declared that if you read Quran, you should say Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Do you get that? It's not haram because you are confirming what Allah has said is true. But then at the same time, it's not a prayer recorded that you are to do this particular prayer after finishing the glorious Quran. But after finishing Quran, you can do any prayer that comes to your mind, as much as that prayer is not haram. Any prayer that comes to your mind, you can pray as not as it's not haram. At the same time, if you are listening to someone reciting Quran, by the time he finished, you can just ask him to stop if you want him to stop, or you yourself, you stop there. When Rasulullah invited Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he said, come and recite Quran for me to listen. So Abdullah ibn Mas'ud started reciting Surah An-Nisa. Rasul was listening until when he came to that verse, فَكَيْفَ إِذَا جِئْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ بِشَهِيدٍ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ شَهِيدًا. Rasulullah asked him to stop. And then Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said, when I look at Rasul, I saw his eyes full of tears, reflecting deeply over the verses of the Quran. He didn't say either Sadaqallahu al-Azim or whatever. But that does not mean it is haram as much as it is good words that is being mentioned as prayer. Then this one say, can a Muslim marry from the siblings of his father's wife? Siblings of his father's wife, yes. You can marry from relations of your father's wife. Do you get that? It is permissible. There is nothing bad in that. It is only the brother or sister of your what do you call it? Of your parents and co. But for your wives, do you get the point? Down to their own relation. In fact, even the sister to your wife, at a point you can marry her. What is only not permissible is for you to marry them together. If, for example, someone's wife, probably a reason happened that they divorced, or a reason happened that she died, and she has a junior sister, he can marry the junior sister. The only thing is you not join them together. Do you get the point? So there is no harm marrying those relations within that particular line of your own wife. And then, except if it's parents of that particular wife. If one's family is passing through tribulations and hard times, what is he to do? Yes, he should come back to Allah and continue to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tribulations and trials are from Allah. And Allah is the one that relieves. And you might not know why Allah ta'ala is testing you through those particular things you are passing through. And that's why for believers, Rasulullah say, "Ajaban li amri mu'min, inna amrahu kullahu lahu khayr. Asabahu sarra'u shakara fakana khayran lah. When asabahu darra'u sabara fakana khayran lah." If tribulations and difficulties and challenges come to you, you remain patient. And that's the best for you. Patience does not mean you don't take steps. I've explained patience earlier, isn't it? Patience means you remain focused. You remain focused and not distracted. Because of the trials, you remain focused. Having your trust and putting your trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Pray to Allah ta'ala. الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Those that if tribulations, trials, and tests come to them, they said, "Inna lillahi," we belong to Allah. وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ, and to Him we are going to return. So since we belong to Allah, anything that happens to us, we belong to Allah. So you humble yourself to Allah. Ask Allah to relieve you from those trials and tribulations, but at the same time remain focused and determined. Allah listens to you. And that's why the glorious Quran used to tell us the stories of people that passed through different kinds of trials and tribulations. We heard of Nabiuna Ayub, alayhi salam. Ayub is the one they call Job, isn't it? Ayub, alayhi salam. How Allah tested him and tried him. Different distance. At a point he said, "Oh Allah, masani adur, wa anta arhamur rahimin." I am faced with difficulties, oh Allah. Wa anta arhamur rahimin. You are the most merciful of all the merciful ones. And instantly Allah relieved him from the things and the worries. So go back to Allah. Allah said, "Amman yujibul mutarra idha da'ahu wa yakshifu su'." Who is there that answered the call of someone in difficult times? Amman yujibul mutarra idha da'ahu wa yakshifu su'. That will relieve him from all those terrible things. Wallahi, Allah is there. Allah is there. Ilahumma Allah. Is there anyone together with Allah to do that for you other than Allah? So it's Allah. Go back to Him. Humble yourself to Him. Pray to Him. Cry to Him. In the midnight, when nobody is saying, you raise your hands to Him. "Oh Allah, here I am your slave and servant. I need this from you." Wallahi, Allah hears you. Either He relieve you instantly, or He give you what you need later, or He reserve it for you later when you need it much more than now. Especially remembering that all the trials of this dunya are for a time. Nothing stays forever in this dunya. No hardship stays forever. No enjoyment stays forever. The hadith was reported, if the person that enjoyed the best enjoyment in this dunya, if he is going to be immersed in hell for a second, and then will be removed and asked, "How about those enjoyment?" He said, "Is there anything called enjoyment?" He has forgotten. He has forgotten, because immediately he landed into grave, all this dunya will vanish. Then the same thing regarding all sufferings, all the tribulations, all the trials, all the difficulties. If he is immersed into Jannah for a second and he is asked, "How about those sufferings?" He says, "Is there anything called suffering?" He has forgotten. It's just like the person dreaming that a lion is following him and ahead of him there is a very big bridge, and then on top of him there's something about falling on him, and then down there is this. Suddenly he wakes up, he sees himself on his bed. How you see relief, isn't it? Say, "Oh, so all those things are gone, they are not real." That is how someone that is faced with all kinds of trials in this dunya will feel after he finally landed in Jannah. May Allah land us in the house of peace in Jannah. And all those worries, the person that wrote this, all those worries, may Allah relieve you and relieve all of us. All these worries that is making us feel bad, all those worries that is making us feel disturbed. Oh Allah, we are your slaves, we are your servants. We humble ourselves to you. Relieve us from all those worries. Grant us ease and grant us peace and grant us success in whatever we are doing. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا مريضا إلا شفيته ولا ميتا إلا رحمته ولا مبتلا إلا عافيته ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة إلا قضيتها برحمتك يا رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وآل محمد وبارك على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. يا أرحم الراحمين يا رب العالمين يا من إذا سئل أجاب يا أمان الخائفين يا أحد الصمد يا من لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد يا من يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته واغفر لنا وارحمنا برحمتك يا رب العالمين. وسبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون، سلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.